In this video, I'm going to show you how to import or export grades from the gradebook in bCourses. So I'll start by going to the course navigation menu and I'll select grades. Now here in the gradebook, we can see that we have our list of students, and then here for each column we have an assignment, and then over here we have our total. Now you have the option to both import grades into the gradebook and export your grades from the gradebook. Now, sometimes instructors grade an assignment or they grade an assignment and input that data into a spreadsheet or some other form of like data entry. And that's a good use case for this import option. The export option is great for if you wanted to back up your gradebook, maybe you're making some changes to your course site, and perhaps you want to make sure you have a full backup copy of the gradebook from a certain date and time. You could export the gradebook right there. Now, the thing about importing grades is that there's a particular format that bCourses requires. And so if you're going to import grades that you've put into a spreadsheet, I actually recommend first exporting the gradebook and then modifying it and then importing it. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration of that right now. So I'll just go ahead and select export and then export entire gradebook. Okay, it's telling me that it's completed the export. All right, so then I'm going to go down to my file browser. I'm going to go to my downloads folder. And here is that exported gradebook. It's in this CSV format. So I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to go to open with. I'm going to open it with Excel. All right, so here's the gradebook. And the reason I recommend exporting the gradebook first before importing grades is that you've got your list of students, you've got their user IDs and their login IDs. You have all this information that you'd have to sort of manually create if you were to just go ahead and import from like a standard CSV file. So by downloading the gradebook first, you can then modify it and then you can upload it, and it's pretty fast and relatively easy. So like for example, if I look at, I have my two assignments here, class discussion week 1 and essay number 1. What I can do is I can go over to this column. This is all sort of like the weighted grading. I can go to this column right here, right click, insert. I'm going to insert an entire column, right? So now I have a new column and I can say, well, maybe this is going to be essay number 2, right? And then I can put in a point value here. Let's say it's out of 10. And then I have all of my scores for this each student, right? I'm going to input those scores. Missed one over here. So then I'm going to go to File and then select Save. And then I'll go back to bCourses. And now I'll select this import option. It's going to ask me to choose the CSV file to upload. So I'll select that. Then I'll select from my downloads that same CSV file that I modified. I'll select open. And then I'll have to hit this button right here, upload data. Now it's giving us a little warning. There's some stuff that it doesn't recognize. And so what it's asking you is this essay number 2, assignment in question, what is this? Is this something to ignore or is it a new assignment? And I'm going to go ahead and say, this is a new assignment. And then I'll select continue. Here it's showing me, okay, for essay number 2, these are the scores. And it's just asking you to confirm that it's going to change the gradebook, right? So then you can go ahead and look at that and then say, yes, I'm going to save those changes. And then it's going to say it's going to take you to the gradebook. So here's that essay number 2. Here are those scores. So everything looks good. So that was just a quick overview of how you can import and export grade data in bCourses.